Hey guys, it's Jen from JCT Rustic Homestead, and I'm trying to transplant some of my winter sowing seedling plants, and I thought I would bring you along today. I'd like to do it outside, but every time I've filmed something in the last 2 weeks, I go to edit it and you can't hear me over the wind. So we're in the dining room on the dining room table. I have a seed tray that I think is a 72 cell. It is the peat pot, so they're supposed to degrade over time, but I don't know why I got them other than it seemed like a good idea for sticking them into the ground. But I've not had great success with the peat pots because they don't like break apart as quickly as I would think. I know they need to hold together for growing purposes and watering and everything, but I had a lavender plant last summer and it looked a little stressed for some reason, and then I had to tear the peat pot in the ground even though it was supposed to just like let the plant grow, and after I did that the plant was much better. But this spring right now the pot is still like there, it's still there. So I wanted to transplant my onions in this because I'm hoping that them growing will help break down the pots, and if not, I'll figure out something else, or maybe we'll be able to pull the chunk of dirt and onion in there. But I wanted something small to step them up from the milk jug, so this is what I got. It was like $6-7 I think at the store. I was kind of transplanting them directly from my winter sowing jug, but after doing that a few times it was getting a little frustrating, I guess. So I dumped them out all in this tray, and I'll try to link the MI Gardener transplant video in there. He's not all that delicate with them, so I'm hoping they'll be okay. They do look, the ones I did earlier look a little scary. I transplanted some zucchini and it's looking really scary, but so did my broccoli transplant. If you didn't check out the blog on that, I did put a blog article on jctrustichomestead.com for the winter sowing broccoli. So I'm going to bring you in a little closer so you can see a little better, hopefully, and we'll keep plugging away at transplanting onions. Okay, for now this is the best we're going to do under the circumstances, but this is my chunk of onions, and I just dumped it out as gently as I could. Some of them are getting smashed, but there's plenty in there for us, I hope, as long as I don't kill them. I had 3 jugs of lettuce, and one of them looked like I just fried the living daylights out of it somehow. So we'll see. Our weather lately has been 80 degrees down to like 25 still. This has been a very strange year, and I don't know what to do anymore. But this is the onions. This is one I pulled out, and you can see all these roots for the onion, and then there's where the bulb will form, and then these are the tassels. Right now the room smells like chives and onions, but what I started doing with all this roots, it's going to be hard not to just squish it in, and I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, but that's not what's really recommended. And you can also, I'll try to find another one and bring you in closer. There's this actual seed right here on the end of the tips, but I already filled all my pots with soil, and then I'm trying to make a little hole, get the roots down in there, and then get the plant kind of covered up with some soil. And there's still rebellious roots running around. And you can use a popsicle stick. I'm just using the spoon here as an end. Some people use like a screwdriver. I think my gardener was using a screwdriver to make a rounder hole down in there. But this is what we're gonna use for now, I guess. I only had like a few zucchinis pop up in the winter sowing. I didn't plant all that many, but I thought I would get a little bit more. And this is not working because my soil dried out while I was doing another thing. So I'm gonna dig out a little bit of the soil here now, kind of swirl it around to get the roots in there. and then shove some soil back in. The nice thing about these trays is that they absorb the water. You bottom water them, so you put water underneath the tray, and then they absorb it up into the plant. But I neglected, of course, some plants, and they looked great one day, and I came back to check on them because I've been gone for a few days, and they just fried. I think they're brown and dead. There might be a couple onions left in there, but I was hoping to get some smaller lettuce starts and some more zucchini and broccoli starts for a craft show I'm doing, a craft and mom show or whatever, down in Towanda. So if you're in the area, come and visit, because I don't know what the attendance is like, and we can definitely use more people. And the cat is like going nuts for some reason. But yeah, so here's another one. It's just a smaller one. I'm gonna have to keep digging out my soil. I guess I could wet it down, but I'm just too lazy right now. So we're just gonna keep filling it up, and there's like a certain threshold you're not supposed to. Oh, this one popped out. That poor little guy. I watered him, and apparently he floated out. I'll probably add some more soil once I get all done, because now that it's dry, it's just not looking like it's enough. But we're making do. I'm flinging dirt everywhere. This is why I didn't want to do it in the house, but I'm tired of wind. It's a perpetual wind. It's like Wizard of Oz or something now. So yeah, I don't know how much more you really want to see potting up. Check out At My Gardener's blog, YouTube channel for that. Like I said, I'll try to put a link in the description. And I have some herbs. I haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to plant them in some smaller, like 3-inch pots I have, or what I'm going to do. But we'll bring you in closer for... You can see the roots, if it'll focus. See the roots, and then that about there is where the bulb will form. Right about there. And then there is the head, and then you can barely see on this one. Maybe I'll put it next against. That little black dot there on the tip of the plant, that was originally the seed. If I can get it to hold still and focus correctly. So it's really interesting how nature works. Like the zucchini, the seed was still on the bottom of the plant. I found a couple of those, took some pictures. I'll probably put those in the blog post for the winter sowing transplant stuff. But yeah, the seed was like down here for the zucchini. At least the ones that didn't fully form enough to warrant me keeping them. So that's it for the onions right now. Depending on how much I get done, I have a lot more onions than I realized. I might plant some out in the garden, see if they make it, and then I could offer these for sale if people are interested. But I'm kind of playing this by ear. I'm failing in some points, so yeah, at least I'm an example of what not to do, if nothing else. So I'm going to keep plugging away. Hope you all are having a good day. We'll check back with you in a little bit. Okay, so I recounted, and I have 50 sets. Of course, I still have all of that to mess with. What I might do is just go out to the garden, start planting them, see if they take, and if they don't, I have these. If these don't take, then I don't have any onions. But I am overrun with onions right now. The place smells like onions or chives or something. I just can't bring myself to kill all those other ones. One thing I forgot to note was I didn't necessarily pick the best plants, and I should have. I should have gone and figured out which ones were the better plants. Like This one is a little better than this one. That one's super tiny. It may just not be as far along in its development, but I want to have good plants. You know, you want to have good plants if you're planting, but I'm going to take this outside. I think the peat pots are soaking up so much moisture from the soil that the soil is just dry. So I got to get these guys watered and back outside, and I'm going to try planting some of that hot mess. So here we go. Okay, so I did plant like 22 plants, onions in here, 2 small rows. We'll see if they take. I watered them in, even though we've had a ton of rain, but I just felt better if I watered them in. And nature has its own natural drainage, so the excess will go hopefully down and not create a puddle. We've been tromping around in the garden trying to make sure we saved the broccoli last night. There was some ice. It's almost May, and I had to cover them up because of the storm last night, and I did find a couple pieces of ice. And as sad as these guys look in the pot, and the ones in the pots are starting to look even worse, and some of the zucchini looked really bad. As bad as they looked, the broccoli looked even worse. Like, I thought it was gonna die because it just like flumped over. But they all perked back up, so we'll see how they go. We got all kinds of other flags out for all the other plants. Still got more planting to do. I'm waiting for my tomatoes and peppers to decide to grow. I'm getting a little scared about them still. Might have to break down and buy plants from the store. But that's it for now. I got a bunch more transplanting of different things to do, but running out of time today. So check out the blog, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Our blog is jctrustichomestead.com. And we also have an Etsy store and a Facebook page. I post something every day on the Facebook page if you want to go ahead and like that and follow that page. Like our tulips are blooming finally, and I post a picture of them, and the hellebore was on there, and some of the other things going on for us. And don't forget the show in Towanda, Illinois, at the Old Rugged Barn. They have a Facebook page too. It is May 11th, so like I am just under 2 weeks, and I am getting a little antsy right now. Hopefully I get this video uploaded quickly. I'm trying to do at least once a week, so I keep having content, but I'm getting behind, so we'll see if we can get more videos uploaded. Anyway, everybody have a great day. Hope you're enjoying the 30-degree weather in north central Illinois.